So now we are going to make white chocolate ganache. I have the white chocolate here chopped into smaller sized pieces, and then the cream. So there are a few methods which you could follow to making the white chocolate ganache. Either I add the cream together in this bowl and then microwave the both together in 30-second bursts, and each time take it out and then keep folding, and like parts of the chocolate would start to melt in the first 30-second burst, and then each time put it back into the microwave and then take it out, and then keep folding. You will just take about like 4 to 5 iterations each of 30-second burst in the microwave, and then the chocolate and the cream will combine together. So now what we have to actually do is combine, melt the both, and melt the chocolate and get the cream incorporated into it, and that's what we are looking at. So any method that just suggests fine without heating up the chocolate too much. So you can't be just doing it directly on the saucepan or so. And the other method is to use a double boiler. So you have a stove and then keep a saucepan of simmering water, and then place the chocolate in a bowl on top of the saucepan, and once the chocolate melts, the cream also goes in, and both together comes like a homogeneous mixture. So that is one way of doing that. Now what I am going to do is melt the chocolate separately and then heat the cream to about 30 seconds, and then I am just going to get both together, and I am going to mix the cream with the chocolate and bring the both together, and it's all going to be the same at the end, and that will be the first step of the ganache making, after which I will just tell you what we need to do. So the chocolate is melted fully. Let's just check that. The cream is also heated up. Just mix it till you have no lumps. Okay, so just get the chocolate melted with no lumps, and into this I'm just going to add the cream that's also warm. It's going to combine the both together. So just get a little thicker because the cream goes and gets incorporated with the chocolate. Just going to mix it together well. So it's just come together. Like while mixing, if you are going to be a bit slow in this method, then it might start looking curdled, but that's not going to be curdled if you're just going to whisk it well like I did, and then you have the ganache, which is not too runny at this stage. Now this method will just start setting quickly because we are not heating the cream together with the chocolate. We're just mixing up warm cream with the chocolate that's melted. And now I just need to surface wrap the ganache. You don't want the film forming on the top. Just want the cling wrap to touch the surface. And now this needs to be in room temperature, or once it cools down, you can refrigerate it. You need to refrigerate it, say for about 2 to 4 hours until you have the ganache completely cold. Okay, now I'm just going to come back and show you, because the making of the white ganache doesn't end here. It's not like the dark or the milk ganache. We have to whip the white ganache, for which it just needs to set. Now say if it is going to be in room temperature, say for 4 hours or even overnight, depending on your room temperature, whether you're keeping it in AC or if it is just going to be outside in your regular atmospheric temperature is going to be there in your home also, then this has to chill, and that is when it needs to go into the fridge for about 2 hours with a cold state. But then if it is completely rock hard, then we may not be able to whip it. So cool it down and then again thaw it back for about an hour. So it will be hard in the fridge and completely set and firm to the touch, and after which keep it in the room temperature for 1 hour, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'll get back to show you how we will beat the white ganache to stiff peaks, and only after which we'll be able to use it to frost the cake. So now the ganache is set well, the bowl is quite cold. I'm just going to remove the cling wrap. Just want to show how the consistency looks once it sets, and then it's been thawing in the room temperature again for about an hour. While it's still in the slimy state, you may not be able to just use it on the sides of the cake, so we just need to whip this. I'm just showing you how difficult it would be while it is still in the stage to just go out and frost the cake with this. Okay, so now I'm just going to beat this, transfer this into the bowl of the stand mixer. So now I'm just going to add this into the bowl of the stand mixer and then beat. I'm going to color this ganache, so I'll show you at what stage I'll be adding in the color. So first I just want to beat this on medium high speed until the slimy texture goes away and we're starting to have like a stiff but a very densely stiff. It's not the stiff peaks or stiff consistency of what you find in whipping cream or buttercream, because it's quite denser cream, very thick, and so you will have to see the stiff peaks. Until then you have to keep beating. Now say suppose the ganache is not cold to the touch, then even if you keep beating for long, the white ganache will not turn into stiff peaks. At that stage you need to take this bowl and then refrigerate for about 15 minutes to half an hour and then get it back and then beat. So until you have stiff peaks, you have to figure out how to do. It's like if it is not forming the stiff peaks, it means your ganache is not cold yet, or if it is still cold, which means then you need to keep beating for some more time until you have stiff peaks. Just want to show how it looks at the stage. So the cream which the beater has been beating, you can see the change in the color, right? So the ones on the outside is the slimy ganache. Just go fold and bring everything together. So it's just going to turn paler. Now continue to beat. So check on the texture. It's about some soft peaks at the stage. You can see the outside, the ones that still not mixed up from the last stage. So it's just going to be a bit difficult. It's not going to be easy. You need more strength to just scrape this down. Like I said, that's what I meant by it being dense. It's not as light as the whipping cream or buttercream. Okay. So now what are we going to look for? So the peaks are quite soft here at the stage, right? Okay, now if I just want to keep it in the same color as the white ganache, I can continue to beat until I have stiff peaks, right? But I'm just going to add in color. So into this, I'm just going to add some avocado green. And then continue to beat now. I'm just going to add a few more drops. I'm just going to check the texture and see if it is quite easy for me to spread. Okay, so the slimy texture is just removed, and as I'm able to spread, it's quite easy at the stage. Okay, so it is going to be soft, but then keep beating it for like really long. Sometimes will also just melt the chocolate. You don't want to have like a really very runny ganache as well. So you just get to the stage where you're able to spread, because we need to be picking the ganache from this bowl and then spread it on the cake on the sides and then scrape. Now this is good enough, and then now I'm just going to transfer this into another bowl, or we could just use it directly into the cake to frost it. Now I'll just get back in the lesson where I will start using the white ganache to make our double barrel white ganache cake. I'll meet you in that lesson.